Cannabis.
Sativa.
Dope.
Indica.
Weed.
Leaf.
This is Leaf Life.
All things cannabis for all people.
Now, here are your hosts, Ricker and the Bearded Lorax.
We publish a free magazine called The Leaf, and it's available in print in 13 states at your local cannabis retailer and also available online at leafmagazines.com. I'm Mike Ricker, and I'm your host of Leaf Life with my beloved co-host, Wes Abney, also known as the Bearded Lorax.
I speak for the trees.
And look at that, there's Stash.
The token female.
And what would we do without Mary J. White?
The smoking female.
Welcome to the second half of this Leaf Life show called Commercial Fishing in Alaska. In just a moment, we'll get into how commercial Alaska fishermen are potheads. And we'll spin Stash's wheel to see what products Michael King, who spent 20 years in the Bering Sea working as a longline fisherman, this show's Greg the Guinea Pig, is going to be trying next. But first, it's time for Why Didn't I Think of That?
Why didn't I think of that?
Why didn't I think of that?
Wow, why didn't I think of that?
Because you were stoned.
Innovations in the cannabis world, brought to you by Mary J. White.
Da-da-da.
Hey.
We need this here at the Leaf Life HQ.
Agreed.
We need this.
Okay.
What we need is this stuff made by the company called Aroma Retail. Aroma Retail.
All right.
What these people do is, like when you go into a store and it smells, ooh, lemony or ooh, minty or whatever, that's their deal, right?
Bath and Beyond or whatever.
Yeah.
Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, something like that.
It always smells like soap.
Yeah, because that's what they sell there.
You're just like, oh, it smells so fresh.
Yeah, so that's these guys. They're making you do that. And honestly, the smells can make you want to shop and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So they've decided, or they've discovered, that the scent molecule that makes cannabis smell skunky is 5 carbon atoms, 10 hydrogen atoms, and 1 sulfur atom, also known as C5H10S. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Also known as Pepe Le Pew's ass.
Exactly. So the people at Aroma Retail figured out some new scents, and hopefully you can get these soon, because honestly, you guys know when you smoke the cannabis, it stinks up your house.
The cannabis is...
We should just replace the one in the bathroom with the cannabis one and be like, see, it wasn't us all along.
Oh, here in our office at Leaf HQ. Totally right.
idea.
I mean, the suspense is killing me.
Well, we
Totally.
get so we're in a communal building with a bunch of other companies, and sometimes we smoke here in our office, and there's supposed to be no smoking, and it goes into the vents, into the women's bathroom, and we get complaints sometimes. There's cannabis.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, exactly.
Hasn't been proven.
Well, we could get some peach by the gram, matchawana, and refresh. Okay, 3 different smells.
Weed fresh?
It's
Refresh, not weed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got ripe peaches, tea, or a floral scent with a light, ripe citrus background. But I love that they've figured out something to get rid of the pot smell, right? Aroma Retail.
Okay, well, let's get that here at Leaf HQ so
Damn
that
right.
management stops bitching.
I know, they're so
did you
cranky.
ever have one of those smoke buddies or whatever? You know, those...
Looks like a little grenade.
Yeah, and you
Those
just blow
work.
into it and it
It's a little
dissipates all the
carbon
smell
filter.
and everything like
Vaporize.
that.
Well, the thing is, if we vaporized all the time and just ate edibles, it wouldn't be a problem. But we like to smoke big old fat, giant, juicy, jiggly bong hits, huh, Wesley?
I mean, that was honestly how I got away with smoking a lot, because you got to keep it kind of hidden,
Yeah.
you know?
On the boat.
Especially if you're working with the big wigs, you know? You got to keep it hush-hush, you know? And so...
Well, Stash, let's get him high one more time, and then we'll talk about it. Spin Stash's wheel. See what's in Stash's stash for a second time.
All right.
There we go, brother.
This is another Nug Jug by the Saints. This is their limited run lemon pie.
Word.
And it smells amazing.
That smells
I still got it on my fingers.
Yeah,
I want to
that's
smell it.
very
Saints Joints always
you gotta-
has the most amazing artwork
Yeah.
here
True.
in Washington.
They do a beautiful job.
Sometimes I think the art is better than the weed, but you know.
Oh, yeah.
In this case, the weed looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Kudos to Saints.
Jeez, Wes, kind of a backhanded insult there.
It was intentional, yeah.
Ooh.
But you're a
Look,
connoisseur, though.
let's be
I mean,
real.
you're-
You know, cannabis, the one issue with it is consistency, right?
Sure, it's
You could
a
have a
plant.
great harvest one year and a crap harvest the next year.
Yeah. And perspective. Some
Yeah.
people, you just like different weed. We all like different things.
Exactly.
Look
He's offering. All right, brother, it's all you, brother.
Look at him, he's all pink.
Nice.
Oh, he likes it. Mikey likes it.
He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
I guess Saints gets 2 coughs up.
Did you get a hit one?
Yeah, these are really nice
That was a good
strain
one.
Saints.
You
Thank
got a
you for supplying the stash.
All right. There you go.
Wow.
Catch your breath.
Hold on.
Oh, he's taking another hit.
He's going back in.
Yeah.
Man,
He's a stoner.
He's a professional.
Big time stoner. He's got that dry rig there.
Yeah.
And
wow.
there she goes.
Your lung capacity is it's huge.
So obviously we can see here, by example, that this is an Alaska fisherman who uses cannabis on the regular.
Wow.
So most fishermen, according to you, are potheads. That's kind of contradictory, right? Because they're not supposed to be smoking weed in federal waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get away with it by using vaporizers. Or
It's been forever. I mean, I think, for as long as people have been taking the risk to go out to sea, they've been numbing themselves.
Oh, yeah.
You'd
Either
have
with
to.
alcohol
Dude,
or tobacco.
That's the big thing right there is, dude, most of the injuries that you'll get out there are from people either coming down off a major drug.
Cocaine
or
meth.
alcohol is number one, though.
Alcohol.
Alcohol is number one. They sneak it on the boats, and then it's hush hush and all that. Everything.
And what's a work day? Like it's
work
kind
days-
of like a whole day, right?
16 and a half hours a day, 7 days a week.
Ooh, bro.
And there's no 10-minute break every 2 hours.
You get your like 3 breaks a day or something like that. You get like a 10-minute break, every once in a while. Sometimes you don't because you're hustling and you're into the fish. So or you're shorthanded 3 guys or 4 guys, and you're doing like 4 times the work and still getting paid the same price.
you just have to do it.
You have to do it. You have to fill the boat up.
And I think that's why the drug culture has always been so big in commercial fishing, specifically out of Alaska. You would hear about, square grouper up there, which is, a term for kilos of substances.
Oh, dude, they've been
It's like, if you're going to stay awake 16 hours a day for 3 weeks straight,
They just busted a
there's
boat.
kind of only 2 ways
Going
to
to
do
Alaska.
it, either with some chemicals or completely sober.
Yeah.
But I think the way to do it is totally sober from chemicals with weed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's safer.
Right. It has been because, honestly, there's a lot of people that panic out there, in certain situations where it gets really nasty. Like one of my buddies, I wish I could, because he's one of the baddest deckhands ever, but he was an alcoholic. He was a really bad alcoholic. And, he froze and he froze up when the gear's getting ripped out and we couldn't stay on the gear. The weather's blowing so hard. We're actually hand coiling the gear on the block with our hands in a tub with the hooks and everything, and it's like 4 lines intertwined with each other, right?
And if you get hooked, it's going to take you over.
You're game over. Game fucking over.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And this is all real shit, even setting, when you're setting gear and it's going out the ass end, you can get hooked and get your finger ripped right off.
Why do you love it? I mean,
I love it.
You must.
I love it.
Because why would you do it otherwise? I mean, that's a hard-ass job and you can die.
Because
That's like the hardest job.
One of them.
yeah,
But if you love it,
a lot of people don't, they just go there for a paycheck. And I'm just going there to play.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you must be some sort of are you an adrenaline junkie?
Yeah, I like
person?
adrenaline. I love
like
adrenaline.
high risk,
I guess
right?
like a little bit.
I've had 2 broken legs in the last, 3-4 years or whatnot, and my
Could
buddy
you-
can contest to it.
Could you do it
I'm nuts.
if you didn't have cannabis?
No.
Wow.
No, dude.
So what
Cannabis
happens-
has put me in mellow modes, even when I'm snowboarding down White Pass, bro.
I love White Pass.
Oh my God, I love White Pass. And
Did you get a hit?
oh yeah, I got. Are we gonna load some more or what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Your guinea pig moment's over, bro.
Go ahead.
So how common is cannabis use out there? I mean, is it open if you get on a boat and like the captain smokes, somebody else?
It's not open.
Not at all.
No, it's all hush hush.
Oh.
But
Oh,
tons
yeah.
of people use it.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
And how do you know if
Just
they're
like
keeping-
Nate Diaz said when everybody was using steroids in the UFC, fucking everybody's doing it.
Are there a lot of steroids too?
Yeah.
Or is that not- it's not about being strong. It's
But there
about
are.
being
Dude, you know when the dudes are on
lean.
steroids,
or like
you know, you're just like, fuck, man. You know, that guy's juicing, but you know, really, like, come on now, like, fuck, here, give me a shot, Brett. Come on.
Ew, no,
You know,
thank you.
I don't know. Fuck.
God. Now, so how many days in a how long do you work before you get a break? I mean, is it a week on?
Well,
and a week
for
off?
a full share deckhand, you're typically on the deck for 8 hours straight until you eat your lunch, which is a half an hour, and then you jump back on for another 8 hours after that's your lunch, yeah, and then you jump on for another 8 and then you go and eat dinner, go to bed for. I can't sleep but 3 to 4 hours when I'm out there.
Oh God!
I've had some pretty crazy experiences where, you know, the mate fell asleep. He was coming down off of meth, and we're running into St. Paul to get out of the weather. And this was a certain pot cod boat that I was on.
Yeah.
And we woke up to him hitting a reef.
Oh, dear.
And
that's
you know,
no
we all could have died right then and there. You know.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it's just like, holy shit. You know, I got ejected out of my top bunk. You know, and everybody's like, what the fuck happened? You know. And
So how many days in a row do you have to work?
until the boat's full.
like
There's
couple
no weekend
weeks
off?
or-
Like up to a month and a half. One of the boats you could be out there for 2 months.
With no
No
break?
land.
I just died.
Working every day.
I'm just
Yeah,
dead.
you got to cook on the boat.
Oh, okay, great.
So
like
kinda helps 'em.
showers and
Yeah,
shit.
you get
Of
to
course.
shower.
The
Dude,
amenities.
you got, even
Yeah.
on my lunch break, you know, I'll be so beat down sometimes. Even if we're on the fish, I want somebody to kick me off the fucking thing when I'm missing fish and shit. I'm like, dude, like every fish, there's a big, huge hog on there, and CBOs are like somewhere around 20 to 40 to even 60 pounds on each hook.
What is
Damn.
all this letters?
Oh,
I got lost. What's a CBO?
Oh,
I don't know.
It's the biggest cod. You know, we call them CBOs.
okay.
They're just huge, and they got
A
big.
cod of
fat-
a bitch.
Yeah, I got pictures and stuff.
Is
Like,
that why you have such big arm muscles?
I mean, honestly, Popeye the Sailor Man. That's some real shit.
Okay, I just was wondering.
That and lots of spinach, Mary.
Wow,
Okay.
a lot of green.
That's good.
so do you find that more people are stoners that are fishermen or
The
meth
best, dude. The best fishermen are stoners. Bro.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
Why
Makes
is that?
sense.
Dude, they're more calm. They're
Yeah.
more chill. They're more relaxed. They're, in moments where people are panicking, they're just like, dude, just chill. It's gonna be all right. Right.
It's just fish,
You
man.
know?
The meth gets you a little too jumpy.
Yeah, a little too excitable.
Oh man.
Well, you know, anybody that, and any of you young listeners that are aspiring to be Alaska fishermen and you're also stoners, now you know that you can combine the two if you keep it a secret.
Be aware of your surroundings at all times. That's a huge thing, you know, and a lot of people aren't, you know. If you're not aware of your surroundings, you're going to get hurt.
And cannabis makes you hyper aware.
It really does. And honestly, it'll slow things down for you too in a certain aspect. If you do, you know your media, you know how much you should take or shouldn't take, or what's your strand that's good for you and whatnot. Yeah. You know, like I know sativas are great for me throughout the day, indicas are going to put me on the couch and make me more chill and want to play video games and just watch a movie or something. You know,
far out.
You know.
All right, hey brother, now it's time for you to play Alaska Man.
He's a man's man. A gun-toting, fly-fishing, moose-hunting, ice road running, gold prospecting pioneer of the great outdoors. So fasten your snowshoes. He's the kind of man you Fruit Loops from the lower 48 could never be. Oh, yeah. This is Alaska Man.
So we play a game called Florida Man, but every once in a while we do Alaska Man.
Yeah.
So don't worry about the pictures, bro. You can put your phone away.
Oh no.
Okay, he's gonna pull one.
I'm not doing pictures.
Oh,
so I was gonna try to find this one.
Scrolling Instagram or something.
I was just gonna
There's
find.
a radio show going on here, man.
Oh, sorry, bro. Okay, my bad. Okay, yeah, it's just a cool picture.
All right, here we go. Number one, which of these news stories is true? So you're going to get 3.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3, and you got to figure out which one is actually true. Here we go. Number 1. Alaska man survives... Well, these are like headlines. Okay. Alaska man survives 3 days in giant fishing vessel holding tank full of squirming sockeye salmon by wearing a survival suit and eating roe. Number 2.
Believable.
Alaska man wanted for approaching within 5 feet of a bear and 2 cubs while dressed in a realistic bear costume on the Chilkoot River.
Also believable.
And number 3, Alaska man wearing a Donald Trump logo body diaper proposes to Sarah Palin by holding up a 5-foot sign inside of Wasilla Elementary School gymnasium where her grandchild's winter walrus play performance was taking place.
So believable.
Also believable. What the fuck? This is trickery, bro.
We're trying to get you, dog.
I want to go with number 2. I think number 2's it.
Number 2 is it. It wasn't immediately known what the man was trying to accomplish. A crowd had gathered at a weir used to count fish because the sow and 2 cubs had frequently shown up to feed during the salmon run. The man failed to identify himself to one of the fish counters, then drove off without ever removing the costume head and revealing his face.
Oh, Lord. It's just
What an
weird.
asshole.
I know.
Hey, Michael, where can we find you on social media, bro?
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I'm trying to get on Snapchat again. I just suck at trying to do my.
And what's your handle?
I'm just I'm Michael King. That's what I'm going to be putting my name out as.
At Michael King?
At Michael King or whatever.
I got a feeling that's already taken, bro.
Well,
Yeah, possibly.
So do you have accounts already, or are you still
I already do have accounts, but I don't want to since I already have a lot of the guys' names on there, what that I work with.
Hey, good job, Stash. You got him nice and stoned.
Yeah, he's not making any sense at all.
No. The guys that I work with, I don't want to, I got some of the major companies on my Facebook account.
I dig it.
Oh, we understand.
And I don't want to.
Fair.
I still got to work. At the moment.
Incognito with the emphasis on Nito. Hey, brother, thank you so much for being on the Leaf Life podcast. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, for the link in Port Angeles, that's my spot, and that's where I get down. And Elissa Melody is,
your girlfriend works at the Link. That's a retail shop in Port Angeles. And you know what?
Nice.
Coincidentally, they play the Leaf Life podcast on their TVs in their waiting room.
And in Longview, they have 2 locations.
Oh, yeah.
Guys.
And in Montana, I'm not sure though. Yes, sir.
Excellent.
All right. Hey, Wes, next week, meme culture.
Ooh,
I know.
interesting.
Love it or hate it.
Exactly.
Download this and all Leaf Life episodes at leafmagazines.com. You can listen to all Leaf Life podcasts on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, anywhere you get your podcasts. And you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe at Leaf Life Podcast V2. Now here comes another episode of Stony Baloney, which is also available at leafmagazines.com. And please be kind to animals.
Your hosts for Leaf Life are Mike Ricker and Wes Abney. Leaf Life is produced by Mike Daly. Some of the music heard is provided by purple-planet.com. Every bit of cannabis you use is female, so please respect the ladies.
Leaf Life is brought to you by Leaf Nation, featuring Alaska Leaf, Oregon Leaf, Northwest Leaf, Northeast Leaf, Maryland Leaf, and California Leaf. On the shelf now in your local retailer.
Please stay tuned now for this week's edition of Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker. Stony Baloney by Mike Ricker.
Kissing is underrated. Do you remember your first kiss? Damn right you do. It was a rite of passage and potentially the most meaningful experience of your life. While the heating blood power pumped on the inside, the bone-dry lips and frozen hips barely budged on the outside. Awkward. Thank God it gets better. Much better. Because this transformative initiation into adulthood is when everything changes. It's where the meaning of life goes from crayons and cartoons to cocktails and condoms. This is the earth-rattling shift in your awareness of how the universe works, cracking open the sky like a beak poke through the shell. What you previously identified as your directive in life, to have pajamas that match the sheets on your bunk bed and a thrilling Pokemon card collection, has now been completely capsized. The moment your tongue instinctively slides past the lips and touches the wet, warm juices from a nice, equally energized mouth, it's as if a tornado of lightning bolts gathers into your spine and then your groin, causing the beanstalk to jut skyward, onto which Jack climbs to the bed of heaven. Life's greatest reward. This is the spark that ignites the magic. And magic is the applicable word for a wicked kiss. Because alchemy happens everywhere all the time. But unfortunately, our initial excitement becomes dull as we get distracted by machines and the need to possess them. The passing of years renders regret and resentment, and priorities shift when the additions of responsibilities become glaringly obvious. In its place, we fill the void with cheap thrills, blindly expecting to return to that moment when two tongues first met. So kiss more. Do it with intention. The lips are the catalyst to all things sexy, including your bong.
Stony baloney.
Some of the wardrobe, including Ricker or Wes's sick lids, is provided by Grassroots California. Check out the dopeness at grassrootscalifornia.com.
These products have intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming. Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug. There may be health risks associated with consumption of this product. For use by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children.